Coming to you live from the White Picket Studios in Houston, Texas, this is the Realty Ruckus. If you are in any way, shape, or form involved in the real estate industry, this is the show for you. And now, your host, Alan Hernandez.
Welcome to the Realty Ruckus out of the White Picket Realty Studios. I am your host, Alan Hernandez. Sitting next to me, your producers, David Bonilla and Jabron Hernandez. We are here to help your real estate business grow, and so excited to be here to do that. First off, we want to talk a little bit about our happy hour that happened yesterday. Man,
2 days ago.
2 days ago. 2 days ago. My days
it
all
was
like,
that
my
good of a
days
time.
all run into
It was
like each
so
other.
good that you forget.
Exactly.
Yeah, right?
It actually just cleared my memory. Now, you know what? I had such a good time at this happy hour. It was not only was everyone there having a great time, and you could feel it in the atmosphere.
Absolutely,
It was packed. There was a lot of new people there that we've never met before, which is really what I love. Because here's the thing: when you start networking a lot, you start finding your regular networkers, right? Like you start seeing
time after time.
some of the same people at almost every networking event.
Yep.
But I love it when I go to a networking opportunity and there's brand new people that I've never met with before, and I get a chance to find out what they do and how
you
we
actually
can
get to
help them.
network with new people.
Because that's the point of networking. I want to give a big shout out to one of our vendors, Headshots Pro, who went out there and took everyone's headshot.
That was awesome, man. They did a great job.
A phenomenal value proposition for everyone that attended our happy hour. Because if you were there, instead of paying, you normally pay like $100 or $125
at least
for a good
$125.
headshot.
Yeah.
So
and
everyone that showed up
for a bad one.
got a new headshot for free. So now everyone who went to our event is going to look a whole lot better in their social media and everywhere else out there. So I'm excited about that too.
Very
Because
excited.
now we're making all of our community look better also.
Yeah.
Right? So you know, besides that, food was great. The drinks were abundant. The vendors looked very, very happy.
I like that.
And you know, it came to, I think it ended right at like 9 p.m. And then afterwards, we all went to a great little bar.
And we're actually announcing this as the official after party for the White Picket Happy Hour.
Yes.
Is now at the Last Concert Cafe off of Nance Street.
If you've never been to this place, I suggest you check it out. It is the coolest little bar I think I've ever seen. They have two stages.
It really is.
They have two stages, one pretty large stage and then a small one to the side. Live music. The food was great. I think you got me like enchiladas or something, and I basically licked the plate clean. And then of course, you know, drinks and whatever else you want. But the coolest part about it is that our team decided that we were going to try hula hooping, and
that's just a thing.
Some of us tried and some of us did.
What's really cool about the bar is they have in front of the stage, it's filled with sand. It almost feels like you're on the beach.
Yeah, it does.
And
it's nice.
they have all these tons of hula hoops there, and then you get a chance to find out who can actually hula hoop, which is a whole lot harder than you would think, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like you would think. I remember doing it
I
when
was
I
actually
like 5 years
surprised,
old.
man, because Hodor was actually able to hula hoop, and I wasn't. I tried and I
Hodor,
tried and I
AKA
tried.
David Bonilla.
Yeah.
You guys are giving me so many nicknames lately. Can't keep up with them all.
I know, right?
Man, this guy was actually out there. He was doing the moves.
He did.
Man.
He did it pretty well.
Really
actually.
awesome job. Yeah.
And then there was a contest. There was a contest between, I think it was like Brandon and someone else doing 2 hula hoops at one time. Oh, it was Brandon and one of our other agents, Jorge.
Yeah.
So to do 2 hula hoops at one time.
Double hoop.
That was pretty funny to
We
watch.
had a good time there. And there were some interesting characters there as well.
Yeah.
We
Well, that's
got
what makes it interesting.
a
That's what makes it
live
fun.
show from a couple who they just really wanted to put their stuff out there.
They really did. They, I guess, you know, everyone's into something, I guess.
If you
know?
followed me on Snap, you might see some photographic evidence.
There you
there
go.
you go.
There you go. So follow David on Snap if you want some insight on what happened that night. But overall, it was a great event. I can't wait to do it again. I think we have 1 or 2 more.
We have 2 more. The next one is
2
coming up
more.
on August 8th, and then after that, our final happy hour date will be in October. I think it's going to be the 13th or somewhere around there. First Tuesday of the month.
People ask me all the time, why don't we do them every month? That's one of the questions that I get almost every time we host on. Hey, how come you don't do this every month?
Yeah.
Do we
This is great. How come you don't do this every month? You do this twice a month.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hear that a lot too.
So maybe we could just answer that publicly, so that everyone is clear on why we don't do it every month.
Because they take a lot of work.
It takes a whole lot of work and effort. The basic principle behind it is that we want to get as many people to come together into one room. But in order to do that, it takes our entire team. Our entire team is working on that. Our staff works on it. And then our agents are out there sharing it and letting people know and bringing the people. We had nearly or over 800 RSVPs on this thing?
We were almost right at 800.
So imagine 800 plus or minus a few RSVPs. We get approximately half of those RSVPs that show up to literally be present at the event. So packed house. I loved it, and I'm really, really thankful for the community and their support. I didn't actually get a chance to announce the big announcement that I was going to make.
And we will talk about that, but let's leave that for the next segment so we can actually get into it pretty heavily here.
Yeah, we'll talk about that after the quick commercial break. Stay tuned. You're on the Realty Ruckus.
Hey everyone, this is David over at White Picket Realty, and I wanted to tell you about my friends over at Plans Express who can save you the headache of running your own permits. These guys are committed to offering a one-stop solution for all your plan and permit needs. They're proudly serving their friends and neighbors in the Houston surrounding areas, and they offer great service at an exceptional value. With dedicated professionals ready to serve, contact them today at 832-675-6217.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you're interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepicketrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepicketrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you love about White Picket?
I love that we work together as a team.
I love being professional while having fun.
I love the innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket.
And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can live chat with us on Facebook and YouTube Live, where if you leave a question, we'll answer it live during the show. Now, this week it's been a little bit hot out there, getting into the Houston summer. David, what's the weather like for us?
It's going to stay pretty hot for the rest of the week and through the weekend. It's going to be a high of 95 basically the rest of the weekend, and then lows in the high 70s. So it's going to be nice and muggy probably the rest of the summer.
I'm seriously considering just wearing shorts for the rest of the summer. Like every day. Seller meetings, business meetings, shorts. Just do it.
Hey,
yeah?
You want to do it? You want to do short July?
We should just do it, man.
Let's do short
it's
July.
So freaking hot. So yesterday
let's order shorts and let's order rompers.
No.
And you have to do one. No, hear me out for a second here. You got to do at least one seller presentation in your rompers.
Just to see if you get the listing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't know how popular. Hey, they might be like, you know what? That guy is so real. He was willing to come wearing rompers. Yeah. I'm going to hire him.
I think that would actually
work. You guys let me know how that works out for you.
We'll let BB try it.
Yeah, BB, you can try that.
Oh, boy, no, man. I don't know how I'll look in rompers, but I don't look good in regular clothes. I can't imagine what I'll look like in rompers.
That's funny.
So, all right. So maybe we'll try that. If we do it, we'll go live. We'll let everybody know that we're gonna do romper July or something.
Yeah. Now we're doing rompers the whole month of July, or
I guess
shorts?
So. Whatever. But I know shorts for sure. I went to a house yesterday, actually one of our rehab properties, and I was there literally 10 minutes. Came out drenched. I mean, it looked like I literally had jumped into the shower.
Super soaker. Someone got you with a super soaker.
It's crazy how hot it is out there. All right, so before we went on break, we were talking about making the big announcement. The big announcement being the fact that yours truly is going to be running for the HAR board of directors.
Absolutely,
so when
man,
you
that's a
guys
big deal.
get a chance, make sure that you check out the HAR website. I'm going to be one of the candidates running for medium firms. Medium firms meaning anybody who has more than between 5 and 24 agents, correct?
That is correct.
So yeah, yours truly will be there. Make sure that you guys check it out. If you're licensed out there, you know who to vote for. We're going to be counting on you. Approximately 1,400 votes is what it takes to win, and we get approximately 2 weeks from July 27th to August 7th to do all of the voting, to collect all the votes, and campaigning throughout.
Awesome, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fun. It's a great way for us to continue to help the community out there to bring everything. Oh, I love the balloons. I see that.
And I've actually gone ahead and posted a link down below, and I'm going to post it on Google too. But basically, this is where you can go take a look at the candidates. You'll see Alan's on there. He will have a video on there as well soon, explaining why he should be the candidate. And we expect everyone out there listening, get out there and vote for Alan.
Yeah,
absolutely. Not only get out there and vote for Alan, but get out there and vote.
This
is
the only way. Bandit signs now.
I don't know. Maybe you might actually be able to legally put bandit signs.
I know,
now.
right?
Yeah.
So, all right, let's give everyone a quick update on what's happening with the realtors.
The Z word.
The Z word. I don't even want to say their name on this show. That's how much I dislike these people.
He's using the Z word again.
This is like the devil for realtors. Like, you don't ever want to talk about this, but we have to update everyone on what's happening.
And what's amazing is that it's actually so everyone went straight to NAR.
Yeah.
And they were like, "NAR, you got to do something about Zillow. Yeah. Zillow's going to kill the industry with
after
what
the instant offers."
The instant offers came out, and people freaked out. I mean, they literally were like, "My business is going to collapse tomorrow because of Zillow instant offers." And NAR came out, and they basically said, "Look, there's nothing that we can do because we're a big giant board. We're a big association, and the most that we can do is say that we don't like what Zillow's doing, but we can't actually stop anything they're doing because we'd be violating antitrust acts because we're a big organization, we're a group, we can't do that."
Yeah.
But it's kind of funny because everyone freaked out about it. Everyone thinks it's the worst thing in the world, and we actually have an update from people that are using the instant offers on what the results are so far from the instant offers, and they will surprise you.
Yeah, it was tested in 2 markets, one in Las Vegas and the other somewhere in Florida. And basically, they received hundreds of homeowners have received investor bids since Zillow launched instant offers on June 5th.
Yeah.
And exactly 0 have been accepted so far. And in fact, one agent has received several of the CMA requests, and she's gotten 3 listings from it.
Yeah.
So right now,
so the only one winning so far
agents,
are agents.
Yeah.
So far, those investors have not been able, and that's hundreds, man. They've put out hundreds of offers. Yeah. We already know you can go on the MLS, send out 100 offers, and you'll buy a deal.
Yep.
You will buy a deal if you send out 100 offers. Even if you're lowballing, even if you're sending them in at 50% of what they're listed at, you go out there, you send out 100 offers, you'll get one. They've done hundreds now. They failed to even get one. So something's broken in their system. Something is not working with the way that they're valuing the properties.
I mean, or homeowners just would rather prefer to work with an agent instead of taking a deep discount on their home.
I wonder how deep that discount is. And I wish that we were one of the test markets so that we could submit a property to them to see where they come in at.
I'd rather
I would love
be a
that
test
as well.
market. You guys could keep that one if you want, because if they come in here and
so
start
far
testing
it's
on
working.
us,
It's working in the
agent's favor.
Yeah, but see what happens with Zillow, they're a technology company. So what happens with them is they're saying, okay, we've gotten 0 responses. Let's increase our offer just a little bit. Let's figure out what else.
But it's up to the mutual fund.
But it's not them. It's the mutual funds who submit the offer, not Zillow.
That's true.
So Zillow can't control what the hedge fund.
And you know the mutual fund has some
hedge fund.
Sorry, the hedge fund has some type of formula, and that's what they base their offer on.
Here's what's really crazy about it. So we're working with a hedge fund right now and helping them acquire rental properties here in Houston. The hedge funds typically pay a whole lot more than your standard
investor
would.
Yeah,
right?
I really think people just want to connect with a person.
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah, because I'm looking at it this way. If I'm the hedge fund and I want to make this an easy transaction and I want to buy 100 houses, then I'm just going to come in with my best offer and just get it done, right? But if that hasn't happened already, there probably is something broken.
And I want to keep on this conversation when we come back after the break, because this is a lot of good stuff, and this is actually getting us into, if you want to buy houses at a discount, what can you be doing to increase your chances of that?
And what your marketing budget should be.
What your marketing budget should be.
How saturated the market is.
Yeah, we're all getting back into everything here. You're on the Realty Ruckus. We'll be right back after the break.
Stay tuned.
Hey everyone, this is David over at White Picket Realty, and I wanted to tell you about my friends over at Plans Express, who can save you the headache of running your own permits. These guys are committed to offering a one-stop solution for all your plan and permit needs. They're proudly serving their friends and neighbors in the Houston surrounding areas, and they offer great service at an exceptional value. With dedicated professionals ready to serve, contact them today at 832-675-6217.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you're interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepicketrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepicketrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you love about White Picket?
I love that we work together as a team.
I love being professional while having fun.
I love the innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket.
And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can chat with us on Facebook Live and YouTube Live, where if you ask your questions during the show, we will answer them live on the air. Now, we're having a conversation about that most dreaded Z word,
That's right.
the Zillow that nobody wants to know about, but it's actually gone pretty positive so far.
Yep.
Right now, agents are winning the war, I would say,
Yeah.
against the instant offers. The instant offers have gotten 0. An agent has actually managed to convert 3 of those into listing appointments. And what we were getting to over the break is the fact that if you were to go to a homeowner's house, let's say that they call you and they say, hey, I want to sell my house, and they know they're going to sell as an investment property.
Yeah.
They already know they're going to get a low ball offer. But if you went out there and you just hit them in the shorts with a really low offer and no explanation, chances are you wouldn't get that deal. That person's going to look at your offer and go, that's a little too low for me. I don't know what they were thinking. So there's more that goes along with the offer.
I mean, I can think of maybe a handful of times in my career when I actually walked right in and got the first number I threw out accepted. And it usually had there was something else quirky about the deal that seller just said, you know what, I'll just need to take it or close on it tomorrow, or there was some other loophole I had to jump through to get that specific number just done right then and there.
Yeah.
Usually when you're dealing with someone in a distressed scenario, a lot of times it's just the fact that it needs repairs and they're overwhelming repairs. And they're always going to go through that educational process, and the educational process means they may meet with several realtors, or they may take a look at your offer and then find out how reasonable that is, if it's true or not. And if you didn't take the time to fully educate that person on why your offer came in at that price point, then you're right. They're left with the question of, am I getting screwed or not? So they want to take some time to
People want to have their fears allayed, and they want to be able to feel like they can trust somebody, and you can't do that with somebody just spitting a number at you, and it's right there on the table, either accept it or not.
I
wouldn't do that.
I had a conversation one time with Eddie Gant. Everyone knows Eddie Gant. He's the owner of Jet Lending, or one of the owners. I don't know how that works, but he's with Jet Lending, right?
Yes.
And Eddie Gann is one of the largest, most successful home investors franchises in the entire country.
Yeah.
He is really, really good at closing a deal. And one of his secrets that he told me is that he goes in there, he walks the house, he gives his offer, and then he sits there. And he has a conversation with them. And he keeps talking and keeps talking and keeps talking.
Eddie looks like the type
and
of guy that
just
can
sitting
keep
there
talking.
and
He can talk
just
for a while.
keeps talking until the person either says, "Get the F out of my house," or the person is so comfortable with them by then, it's like, you know what? I'm going to sell you my house. But that's one of his most successful strategies.
Yeah.
And that doesn't go in line at all with what Zillow Instant Offers is doing.
Yeah.
There is no real human being there to gain that warmness and that rapport and to really tackle what are the objections that seller might have. Because that person may be like, okay, well, the Zillow Instant Offer looks great, but I really need a little bit of money up front so that I can move.
Yes.
Those little things that people need along the way,
Yeah.
you're never going to find out about them from a digital electronic system.
That is such a key point to this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because most sellers who are in distressed situations always have some additional needs and wants.
That's true.
Which, if you're dealing with a computer, how can you figure that out?
No,
How
man.
can you know that
All
they're
you can
there?
do is say, I accept or I don't accept.
Yeah.
And there is no, well, I accept, but
No.
I need this, this, and this. And here's another thing that I do know about hedge funds. They are not good at meeting those needs that people have.
No,
they
yeah.
don't know how to go out there and find, for example, a moving company for
Yeah.
people.
No.
They don't have people that can come and pack stuff up and move it out and clean up the house.
happens a lot.
And- yeah, that happens a whole
That
lot.
breaks their process,
Exactly.
basically.
For them, that's a burden for a hedge fund.
Yeah.
And for a local investor who knows his market, who's going out there, you can still be extremely successful. Again, you look at guys like Eddie Gann, or you look at guys like Blake Yarborough.
Yeah.
Blake Yarborough is another one, big home investors franchise
Yep.
who buys a
Buying a lot
bunch
of
of
houses
houses,
here.
and he has a very similar strategy where he goes out there and really builds that rapport one-on-one
Yep.
with sellers.
But it's understanding the real needs and wants of that seller, and I think what you're mentioning is right on target. It's not just the sales price.
Yeah.
When you're dealing with that specific client, the sales price is just one of the key points that has to be discussed. There's usually something else surrounding what the sales price is going to be. It never, ever just comes down to that number.
Yeah, how many times have we had somebody who goes, well, I don't really think I can accept. And then we have a conversation with them. We say, hey, well, what is it about it that you can't accept? Well, the fact is that I really need $1,500 right now to pay some medical bills, or I need $150 right now to pay my student loan bill or something,
Yeah.
and that's really weighing on me.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, look, we'll figure out a way to make that work.
Well,
Now-
I think about the lady. I forget her name. I think her name was Julie or something.
Oh, Rose?
And part of the reason, part of what she wanted, additionally to sales price, is that she needed someone to drive her to the store every once in a while to buy beer and cigarettes.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I've had bank customers like that.
That was just part of what our agent needed to do in order
Yeah.
to make the deal happen, and it was a great deal. But that was something that had to be agreed
Yeah,
to. Imagine she's asking that of a hedge fund.
Oh, absolutely. And look, Tang, one of our really good listeners, he just commented, and he said that last week he put an offer on a house that was 20 grand less than the company Open Door, another big technology company that's trying
which
to
has a
take over.
program very similar to Zillow's Instant Offers.
And the seller literally told him that the reason he went with him was because he was right there, and he used this, I love it. He said he was right there belly to belly for an hour talking about the Texas Rangers with that seller.
There you go.
He built that up with that seller.
rapport.
That person's felt really comfortable and say, you know what? I will take a hit on my house because I don't really know who this Open Door is. That's just all they've done is communicate with me through a bunch of emails and computers. But you are a real human being. You're right here. I trust you. You make me feel good.
And it's not necessarily that the homeowner's taking a hit per se. It's really that they see $20,000 worth of value in finding somebody that they can trust, and they feel that they're going to have their back instead of going with just the robotic formula that's spitting out a number at you.
Yeah, well, I think what happens psychologically is you don't know if that website can close on your
It's
house. or not.
legitimate, yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know. It might have great reviews, but look, let's think about it. Who are the real sellers right now of these houses? Usually they're baby boomers. They're not out there doing a whole lot. They're not really doing well with technology in most cases. So they don't really feel comfortable with literally
They don't
selling
trust
their,
it the way
selling
millennials
their
trust it.
house
Yeah.
to a website.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I agree.
there's not enough millennial out there selling distressed property.
There's
I mean,
not.
that's just
I
the
even
reality.
think
That's not the
millennials
market
would
right now.
not have that same trust.
I want to say out of all the appointments that we get, maybe 5% of them are millennials, and the rest are older generations, either generation, what is it, X, but the before that, and Y before that. I don't even,
I feel like most of the people I end up meeting with are baby boomers.
Yeah.
They're close or of retirement age. So especially in the distressed home market part of the business. So, I mean, you have to be able to understand that that's your market. How are you going to deal with them? And you're right. They're not really comfortable with dealing with the websites and technology.
And one thing I got to remind people too, and then I'll close out the Zillow talk after this, and we'll get into our next topic. But the last thing I want to remind our listeners is Zillow is a publicly owned company. You can go out there and you can look up all of their financial information, which I did. I went and I pulled up all of their financials from the last quarter.
He would do that, wouldn't he?
Zillow is taking
Good stuff to know.
a net loss between $30 to $35 million for the first quarter of this year. As a corporation, they have yet to make a profit at any single time. They're having to go out there and reach for anything possible that they can reach for to try to increase their revenue, which is what Zillow Instant offers. I think to them, they were thinking, wow, we're going to, and I'm sure that they're getting some kind of commission kickback from those hedge funds that are buying those houses, which means those hedge funds have to calculate that into the equation.
Yeah, that works in
and
our favor,
so
too.
far, they're at zero.
Exactly.
They haven't done anything. And so when you think like, oh my God, Zillow's going to take over the world, just remember, this is a company that's still losing approximately $100 to $150 million a year. They can't survive like this forever. If they either have to start making money or eventually they're going to get phased out. So if you're out there, you're freaking about Zillow, get out there and do something for your own business and stop worrying about what Zillow's doing.
I totally agree with that. And we'll continue to keep you guys updated on what Zillow's doing to either help or hurt our business. In most scenarios, there's usually a hurt, because I feel like that's where they're going. They're trying to take the realtor out of the equation, and it makes it real difficult.
And I'll say though, with every time they cut you, if you can find a way to heal that wound, you just become better.
Yeah.
So really, yes, they're hurting us a little bit, but they're forcing realtors to become more progressive and do more.
Yeah.
Show your real value. You're just not a door opener. There's more value to me there. I am a realtor, and there's more to me.
It's funny because one of the parts about why, actually one of the questions on the election process for the Howard Board of Directors was, what is the biggest challenge that we're facing as realtors, as professionals? And I feel like that's what it is. I feel like technology is pushing to push the realtor and broker out of the equation. They want to start working towards putting direct contact between seller or buyer and the actual service. So it's very difficult because that means that they're pushing that person in between who's making those things happen out of the picture. Anyway, we have to talk about one of the questions that one of our viewers sent over, and I think this is a really important question.
I love this question that
this
you sent.
goes right into what we're talking about right now. So one of our viewers and good friend of mine sends me a question and says, hey Alan, I want you to be honest with me on this. So which is interesting that he phrased it that way to begin with.
Oh my gosh, I don't know if you want to ask a question like that. You will get an honest answer.
It's interesting that it was put like this, because I'm wondering who else he asked that maybe wasn't honest about the response on this, right? So he says, do you think the investment market in Houston has gotten so saturated that it's dang near impossible to get leads with a $2,000 to $3,000 marketing budget?
And I'll say, if you're doing what everybody else is doing, then the answer is yes, it's always been too saturated.
Yeah.
Because you're doing what exactly everyone else is doing, and you're just spread thin between all the rest of the bunch of everyone else.
Yep.
Now, I know this for a fact. You can go out there, you can spend $1,500 and you can get stuff done. But your marketing can't be a shotgun.
Yeah.
You can't expect to send out random postcards to random houses that all look the same as everyone else's postcard and expect to actually get deals.
Yeah.
You have to make sure, one, that your marketing is laser focused.
Yep.
You cannot be the shotgun. You can't be the I'm going to throw it out there and hope it sticks.
Well, and what Gibran is trying to say with that is so most investors out there take the approach of, hey, I want to buy something in this neighborhood. Let me just send a postcard, which costs you right now approximately 50 to 55 cents on the cheap end. If you send those little ugly yellow ones, they all say the same thing. I will pay cash for your house. They all look the same, say the same. They look like crap in my opinion, but everyone uses those postcards. All right. So you take that and you send it to just every house in the neighborhood. Yes, that is it's a very costly way to do your marketing. And unfortunately, your return on that is so low that you may have to spend $3, $4, $5 before you start getting any calls because you're targeting it to people who aren't going to potentially sell ever.
Yeah, and the reality is you may spend $10,000 and not get anything if you're doing that, which I've seen people do. I know someone who spent $10,000 on those postcards and didn't get a single deal.
Imagine that.
And then they were really upset about it. And the problem,
that would hurt.
The problem is when you're doing marketing and you have a limited budget. So like $3,000 to $5,000. I'm going to say that was the budget.
Well, he's looking at $2,000 to $3,000.
Okay, so $2,000 to $3,000 when that's limited.
Yeah.
So $1,000 is like ultra limited. If you're below $1,000, you got to find a better way to use that $1,000. Don't go down that route. But let's say $2,000 to $3,000. Yes, direct mail can still be very effective, but you have to know exactly what you're targeting and marketing for. You have to know, I like houses that are this exact or this range of square footage. And when unfortunately everyone is telling
how long
me,
have they owned the house? Is there equity in the house?
Yeah, there's
if they just
lot
bought
of
the house
things
2 or
that go
3 years
into
ago,
it.
do you really want to send them a postcard?
Yeah, and we'll continue this conversation when we come back from the break it down a little bit more for you. But we'll be right back. We got to jump on a quick commercial break. You're on the Realty Ruckus.
Hey everyone, this is David over at White Picket Realty, and I wanted to tell you about my friends over at Plans Express who can save you the headache of running your own permits. These guys are committed to offering a one-stop solution for all your plan and permit needs. They're proudly serving their friends and neighbors in the Houston surrounding areas, and they offer great service at an exceptional value. With dedicated professionals ready to serve, contact them today at 832-675-6217.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you're interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepicketrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepicketrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you love about White Picket?
I love that we work together as a team.
I love being professional while having fun.
I love the innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket.
And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can find us live on Facebook and YouTube, wherever you chat with us live during the show. We can answer your questions on the air. Now, right now, we are answering one of our listeners' questions, and it's a really good one. Do you mind pulling that back up and reading that question one more time before we jump right back into it?
So the question is, first off, it starts with, can you answer honestly, which I love.
Yeah, I love that part.
And then, do you think the investment market in Houston has gotten so saturated that it's dang near impossible to get leads with $2,000 to $3,000 on marketing budget? And here's the thing. I hear so many people having this problem right now.
Yeah.
If you really think about how many times we've heard it in the last even just couple months.
Oh, I hear it from some of our own agents in here. Is, man, what can I do to really make my marketing more efficient? It's a question that you hear all the time. And what you have to understand is that there's two things that you have. that are valuable. You have money and you have time.
Yep.
And sometimes, if you don't want to spend so much money because you're on a limited budget, you're going to need to put a little bit more time up front, making sure that you're laser focusing that marketing.
Yeah.
And that's where you find that efficiency. And so we were talking about that earlier is you have to know exactly what it is that you're looking for. So I've actually talked to wholesalers, for example, before, and they come up and they're like, hey, I'm wholesaling. Hey, you want to buy some deals? And I'm like, yeah, put me on your list. I would be happy to buy some deals. And then they start asking me, well, what advice can you give me to get more deals? And I always say, well, what are you targeting? I'm targeting houses. Great, I get that. But do you know that there's probably millions of those in Houston?
Yep.
What kind of houses are you targeting? Well, I'm targeting beat up houses. Great. How are you determining that houses are beat up? Oh, well, the ones that are beat up will call me. Yeah, well, then you're spending 50 cents to $1 on all the ones that aren't beat up, that aren't going to call you. So if you really want to make your marketing efficient, you got to find ways to know that house is probably beat up.
Yeah, you can't target all houses to find beat up houses to find the ones that might sell to you. You got to start with targeting the beat up houses
that
to
might
find
sell to you.
to find the ones that might sell to you to eventually get to the one that gives you the deal.
At least cut out one portion of that funnel. Right?
Yeah, and that's the biggest, most expensive part is when you're outreaching to everybody. It's like saying, I'm looking for, if you're an agent, guys, this applies to anybody. This isn't just for investors. So if you're an agent and you're listening and you're like, how can I make my marketing better? Think about the same thing. You know what kind of houses you want to list. Don't just tell me, if somebody asks you what kind of houses you want to list, you're not going to say houses. Yeah, I get that. You want to list houses, but what kind of houses? What's your price range? Okay, now you know your price range. Great.
At least your area, if your general targeted area.
Yeah.
And if you're not targeting, you're sending postcards to homeowners that more than likely have moved in the last 12 to 18 months who probably
you have
more
no
than
idea.
likely are not ready to sell.
So I recently moved to Sharpstown. I am now a Sharpstownian.
Congratulations. Welcome to the hood.
I know, man. It's a pretty nice neighborhood. I like it. I love Sharpstown. This is where I grew up, in case anyone's wondering. But so I recently moved to Sharpstown, and I live in a rental property. Now, it's non-owner occupied. You know how I know that there's a ton of people wasting their money? Because I get about 15 to 30 postcards per month. So at least one per day saying, hey, do you want to sell your house?
Yeah.
And I'm going, guys, I am not the homeowner. I'm a tenant. This is non-owner occupied. Why are you sending here? How many other marketing dollars are you wasting sending to people that are tenants?
And an example of some good targeted marketing is my mom recently started receiving postcards from some builders in the area. And she's like, well, I just started getting a lot of these all of a sudden. And I said, well, how long have you lived here? And she said, 5 or 6 years. Yep. They were just waiting for the 5-year mark. They know people typically move around here, and now they're targeting you again.
5 to 7 year mark is golden in Houston. If you're out there targeting people, target people who are potentially going to move, who maybe lived in the house.
Last D date was 5 years ago.
Yeah, you can look at D date.
That's another thing is, there's been properties that are investment properties that we purchased that we have already gotten on the market to resell. And we will get letters to that house that says, hey, we saw your distressed home. Do you want us to give you a cash offer on it? And I'm thinking you're not looking at your list enough, because if you would just check the last deed date, you would see that this thing sold 3 or 4 months ago.
A couple things: last deed date or LLC as an owner.
Yeah.
Get rid of those two, or at least look through that and comb through.
Man, we are dropping some golden nuggets right now.
I
hope your friend is watching.
I hope he is, because I think what we're giving everyone out there is a real good idea on how to save money on their marketing.
How to target.
Take that $2,000 to $3,000 and really use it to the best of your ability. And I'm going to give you guys one more, even better golden.
This is the big golden something.
Here's the thing.
Golden egg.
If you really want to chase down potential sellers of property, you want to start thinking about what kind of issues they may be going through in life that may push them towards selling in a distressed situation. So, quick example, divorce. Now, in divorce cases, there's a lot of people who are forced to sell their property. It just makes it easier and cleaner. So would it be easier just to target people who are getting divorced? Maybe create a list of that?
Yeah, absolutely. And there's ways to find those lists. The same thing, people that are going through probate, divorce. You can start to target different situations. I mean, guys, one of the things, and see, nothing about marketing is secret. Marketing is just putting in work to make it happen.
Yeah.
Because I can tell you this, and I'm going to say something right now, and I guarantee you, maybe one person out there will do it, but no one else will. If you want to find people that are distressed in terms of financial distress, you can start running ads on Google that say, having financial problems? Come get a loan here. When those people click, yeah, you may not be a loan provider. You may just be collecting their contact information. But those are people who may want to sell their home.
Well, and I love that. I love that idea. I love the fact that now you're targeting people who are maybe potentially going through some sort of financial situation.
Yeah.
That means you would have to create a quick landing page. You'd have to maybe offer something of value in exchange. Yeah. Maybe it's just a connection to several attorneys, or maybe a quick little handbook that you could just download somewhere else.
Yes.
But here's the thing, and here's probably the largest golden nugget out of this, and one of the biggest mistakes I made when I was full-fledged in my investment career. I didn't do a good enough job of keeping in contact with all of the people who didn't accept my offer.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And so you forget that. You forget that actually the money is in those people more than the new caller from that $2,000 to $3,000 budget that you're spending.
Absolutely,
right?
Yeah. That's a conversation I had the other day. I was talking to one of the agents, and we were looking at ways of making their business more efficient. And I sat down and I said, well, show me your list right now. Like, give me your list of every one of those calls, because they pulled up their call center and they had like 45 calls. I said, show me your list of every single one of those calls. And they said, we don't have that. And I said, what do you mean you don't have it? And they said, well, yeah, it's for like here, I'll give you like the printout of it. No, I'm saying, but show me where they're in your system. When was the last time you contacted them? Notes on what it was that you talked about them with. Yeah. And people always say, why is that important? Why do I care that they're going on vacation? Because when you get on the phone with them the next time, you say, hey, what's up, Joe Blow? Yeah, how was your vacation in Aruba?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it? And they're going to go, holy cow, this person actually remembered something about me. This person cares a little bit more.
You know, it's kind of funny because on the retail side, now that we focus so much on bringing in new realtors into our brokerage and helping them build their business, we took those mistakes that we made on the investment side and made sure that our retail agents weren't making those. So one of the things we always talk about is building your top 100 list, having those top 100 people who are either going to refer you, you've done business with, or who already trust you. This could include your friends and family, any of the people that they may know. And if you have that list, you can, on the retail end, you can easily have that list on the investment end, on the wholesale end.
Oh, absolutely.
Meaning you should know your top 100 people should hear from you on a once a month basis. They should know what you're looking for. They should know how they can help you. They should know that if they send you a referral, you are going to be eternally grateful and always going to provide value to them in some sense of real estate. Obviously, you can't go out there and do the same thing realtors do unless you're licensed, but there is value you can provide as a wholesaler or as an investor to your client list.
Absolutely. And another thing I want to throw out there, and you touched on the follow-up and following up with people that didn't accept your offer, but one thing that a lot of people forget about is following up with the people that did accept your offer and following up with the people that you've already closed on.
Yeah.
Because guess what? You never know what situation those people are going through, or how many other people they know that may be going through something similar.
Well, that's why that top 100 list is so important. Now you've closed a transaction. That person isn't just a lead anymore.
Yeah.
That is now your top 100 individual. That is the person that you cater to and you send little things. Actually, today we're going to give everyone as part of the tip of the day an example of something you can send to each one of those top 100 clients that is going to cost you less than $3 to send, and it's going to generate that referral that you're looking for.
Yeah.
So make sure you guys are staying tuned for that, because that's something that we want to show you guys how to do.
And I want, if somebody out there can prove to me that they can go on Google AdWords, spend $3 and generate a lead, a real lead, a hot lead, then I will come to your office and bow, because that's like impossible.
Yeah, we'll just close down the shop and come work for you.
Yeah, exactly. Because if you're able to generate leads for $3 in Google AdWords, you're doing something incredible.
When we were spending a lot of money on Google AdWords, I remember there was a couple of Google AdWords that would cost us up to $50 per click.
Oh, and now they're even higher.
Click.
That's why we left Google AdWords, because it started costing $150 a click for the good words. And there's just a lot better, more effective ways to spend your money.
And the effective ways include reaching out to those people consistently and finding ways to provide value.
Absolutely.
So I love that. I love that this gentleman reached out to us. I'm not disclosing his name because he asked me in private. But, I love that we were able to at least give you some golden nuggets, some feedback on how you can literally take that $2,000 to $3,000 budget and really start making it generate some good, rock-solid leads. Is the market saturated? Yes, absolutely. Everyone out there wants to be a real estate investor. HGTV has taken care of that for us. They make it seem like if you go out there, you're going to flip a house and make $100,000 each time. And that's part of the problem. It's very easy to get into the business. It's also very easy to not make a whole lot of money and get out of the business.
Don't let that be an excuse for you either, because I hear so many people say, I can't find a good deal anymore. Everybody's a wholesaler.
Yeah.
And that's just their excuse for, I can't find a good deal. That's why I haven't been successful.
Can't find any deal anymore. Everyone's a wholesaler means my marketing is not good enough.
Yeah. Exactly.
I am
That's
not
all
targeting well enough. I'm not being purposeful enough in what I'm doing. And I'm thinking that just by doing the same thing that everyone else does, that I'm going to get results.
You're placing the blame on other people rather than looking toward yourself and what you can do better.
Yeah. Anytime you have a problem like that, it's I can't find a good deal. So you also have to say, what can I do to find a good deal? Not I can't find a good deal. Damn all those wholesalers out there.
Everyone's a wholesaler. And
if only there wasn't so many wholesalers, then I would be able to get good deals.
How are you
be better than them?
How are you differentiating your service, what you provide, from every other guy that sends that stupid little card out each month?
Yeah.
What are you offering that someone else can't offer or isn't offering?
Yep.
Because they're thinking in the same way. They're just blasting a whole neighborhood. And look, when it comes down to it, here's the deal. If it really comes down to it, and you really want to go out there and get a deal, and you only have $2,000 to spend, heck, you can still door knock. At the end of the day, you can still door knock and
buy a list and go door knock.
You can buy a list of pre-foreclosures or anyone who's in some sort of distress situation and go knock on the door. The pre-foreclosure list, in my opinion, only really works if you door knock on them anyway, because generally it's a very irresponsible client that waits till the day before they go into foreclosure to even call any of the letters that are sent to them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that really is the truth about the pre-foreclosure list. But the thing is, like you said, you have time and you have money, and you can put one or the other into marketing. If you don't want to put a single minute of your time into it, you can just send out giant blasts and shotgun them out there, and you won't put any time into it. But you also are going to spend a whole lot more money on marketing.
Sure.
You can definitely, though, make your marketing more efficient. Start to look at how can I get more leads for less dollars, and it is possible. Don't believe that you have to go on Google AdWords, spend $150 a click. There's better ways to do it.
I got one last golden nugget.
Yeah, go for it.
Did you know that on Facebook you can find people who are going through divorce? Who are going?
Yes, I did.
Who
know
are
that.
missing?
Are you asking me or are you asking them?
Who are missing mortgage payments? I'm literally just throwing this out there because if you're watching this show, that should raise an eyebrow, and that should give you a quick hint on how you can find some motivated sellers.
We got to go to a quick commercial break now.
You're on the Realty Ruckus. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hey everyone, this is David over at White Picket Realty, and I wanted to tell you about my friends over at Plans Express who can save you the headache of running your own permits. These guys are committed to offering a one-stop solution for all your plan and permit needs. They're proudly serving their friends and neighbors in the Houston surrounding areas, and they offer great service at an exceptional value. With dedicated professionals ready to serve, contact them today at 832-675-6217.
Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you are interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepickettrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepickettrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
What do you love about White Picket?
I love that we work together as a team.
I love being professional while having fun.
I love the innovative approach we take every day.
I love the support we get to grow our business.
We love White Picket.
And I love empowering the next generation of realtors to live life by their own design. If you're looking to grow, come grow with us. Email join@teamwpr.com. Again, that's join@teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can find us on Facebook Live and YouTube Live, where if you chat with us during the show, we can answer your questions live on the air. Now, if you're wondering what's up with the patriotic music, it's because it goes along with today's tip of the day. So I want everyone here to see Alan's flag that he's waving around. If you're not watching, Alan is waving around a flag. It's a big patriotic American flag. And Alan, do you want to explain to us why you have that flag here today?
Okay, so it actually is great that we had this question come up today. And it's great that we've talked about how to deliver value and how to stay on top of mind of all of your past clients, your top 100 list. This is something that we're getting ready to send out to our top 100 list. And it says it's really simple. It's compliments of, obviously there's my business card. Let's celebrate the 4th of July together. Put this on your yard when you receive it. This is going to get delivered. This cost me approximately $2.50 per flag, including the, everything set up.
The whole setup.
It gets delivered to their door. They get a chance to see my name, remember that, hey, it's me. And next time I speak to them, I'll ask them something like, hey, did you get my flag? Did you get our little gift? Oh, great.
Gives you a reason to shoot them a follow-up.
It's a great reason to follow up. So this is a great way. This is the tip of the day for today, but this is a great way for you to stay on top of mind of all of those people who you've already built trust with, who are just waiting to hear from you. And hey, next time they see someone that wants to sell or needs to buy, guess who they're going to refer? Guess who they're going to call? That's who you want to be.
And I think we actually got this idea from one of our agents, Eddie Borrego, right?
That's right.
And that's what I love about Team WPR is that we're able to bounce off this creative marketing ideas off of each other. And I mean, this was a great one. Another one I'd heard is the little flag pins for the lapel pins.
Perfect.
If you don't want to do the big flags, you can always order a whole bunch of little flag pins.
I kind of look at it this way. If you have 100 people out there cheering, rooting, and working for you, basically going out there and getting you leads.
Yeah, they're your advocates.
They're your advocates.
Yeah.
That is an entire army of people who are going to, at some point or another, send you a name, number, and email for you to go out there and work with.
Yep.
So if you haven't done that, make sure you're doing it. If you haven't found some kind of way to celebrate with your clients for 4th of July, this is the week for you to do it. So make sure that you guys take a look at what this possibility is for you guys in your business. And if there's any other great marketing ideas that you have for
Father's
your clients,
Day's coming up this weekend.
We got Father's Day.
Give us some ideas, guys.
Anything that you guys are doing that works, we want to know about it. Don't forget that you can always drop all your questions, comments, and concerns below. We love to share with our community and can't wait to hear from you. Let's talk about some of the events in the community now that we're talking about that.
Yeah, so next week there's actually we don't have any events this week.
What?
Well, our happy hour just shuts the whole week down.
It's like that is strange.
Nobody hosts an event on our week.
After the happy hour, it's like, hey, take it easy. Take it easy.
Everyone's still in recovery?
Well, for us, it was the happy hour, then the after party, then the next day traditional team lunch.
We have a team lunch with everyone, which everyone loves to do. So you're right. All right, so next week then we have some stuff.
So next week, and I had previously mistaken the date on this, so I apologize to any viewers who got the date mixed up due to my error, but the broker responsibility class hosted at Allied Home Warranty. This is a free MCE for all agents, not just brokers, and this class is really going to teach you what the broker is really responsible for it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great way for you to start learning how you can continue to build your business, some of the things that you'll be doing as your business grows. And it's being taught by a good friend of ours, Rob Cook, phenomenal guy to know here in town, probably godfather of real estate in Houston. So you definitely want to go out there. He's a great entertainer on top of a great teacher. And I just love spending time with this guy.
He's
so
really cool.
If anything, you'd want to go to this class just to hang out with him.
Yeah, and you can find that information on the Houston Real Estate Events page. And then the next day on the 20th from 5:30 to 8:30, DOS Real Estate, which is a real estate software company, they're hosting a networking and panel discussion. And yours truly will actually be featured on
Yeah,
Alan
so
Hernandez.
I'm going to be there along with a couple of other brokers here in town. And we're going to be discussing where real estate is going. What are some of the threats that are happening to the agents out there, the agencies, the brokerages. And we're going to talk about those things that affect us on an everyday basis. There's already 100 people registered.
Awesome.
An expectation of an extra 100 people coming. It's going to be a wine and mixology over in off of Kirby, I believe.
Yeah, 1919 Wine and Mixology. Again, you can find that information on the Houston Real Estate Events page. And I think there's a great panel lined up for that one.
It's an amazing panel. You guys check out the people that are coming to this event. I can't wait to be at this thing.
Yes, and then on the 21st, the day after, I'm telling you, next week is a full week.
Boom, boom, I love it.
We have the Jet Lending and Renters Warehouse. They're doing their 10th anniversary networking event, so this one's going to be really big.
This is the 10th anniversary?
Yeah.
That thing's going to be
huge.
a blowout.
Oh, yeah.
And like
I love
always,
that.
that one's at Redneck Country Club from 5:30 to 9. That one's, or 6 to 9, I believe. That's going to be a great time as well.
I see that you skipped over my social media workshop.
Oh, is that one
That's
open?
a Super Ninja social media
So
workshop.
let me give you guys a full name. It's called WPR Super Secret Ninja Social Media Rockstar Workshop.
Woo! That's a mouthful.
Tell me you wouldn't want to come to this thing.
You say that 3 times back to back to back. Ooh wee.
What we're going to be doing is we're going to be teaching our agents the strategies it takes to be ranked on the first page of Google when searching for an agent or their name. We're going to teach them how to make all of their social media different websites speak to each other and help each other rank up there, buying their own domain, going up there, making sure all the branding is the same, and therefore anything that any of our agents do on social media, we all as a group get a chance to experience as an organization.
Yeah, so if you want to attend that one, just talk to me. We can get you signed up on Team WPR.
Yeah, this is for I know. So this is for our in-house agents only. You can be invited if you are an agent who is interested in learning these super secret ninja social media rockstar techniques. But you have to be invited by either one of us or one of our agents. So feel free to reach out to us, and we'd be happy to make an extra seat for you guys. Anything else?
Yeah, and then rounding out the end of the month on the 27th, Capital Concepts is renewing their networking mixer at Chapman and Kirby, which has now officially opened. It's the hottest new spot down in Edo, and that one's going to be from 5:30 to 8:30. Always a great event. I hope to see you guys out at that one. And then at the very end of the month, I think this is the event that Olga.
So we actually have 2 events. You're missing the June 28th one, which is the NAREP Happy Hour at El Tiempo.
Oh, yes. So people have been asking for another.
Yeah. And let me tell you, the last one that we had was fun, and it was packed, and just it was so exciting. There's still videos of it circulating online. If you look up NAREP17, hashtag NAREP17, you'll see me giving away iWatch and a Michael Kors purse, and people just loving the entire event.
So what can people expect this time around? A lot of the same...
a lot of
fun and giveaways.
Look, this event is all about letting all of the NAREP members enjoy their membership. So they get a chance to come out for free, have a drink, learn about our upcoming event, which is on July 18th. And we're going to have Ted Jones come out and give us a mid-year forecast of what's happening in real estate. And you guys out there definitely don't want to miss this. If you've never heard Ted Jones speak, one of the greatest minds in real estate, telling you what he thinks is going to happen for the rest of the year.
Awesome.
So, last but not least,
Houston Housing Roundtable on Thursday, June 29th from 8:30 to 12:30. That's going to be at, what building is this? I just have an address, 50 Waugh Drive?
It's at 50 Waugh Drive. I don't know what the building is, but make sure you come out and hang out with us. We'll post all of these events at the Houston Real Estate Events Facebook page. Make sure you guys are going out there and hitting that like button, so every time we post an event, you guys are in the know, according to David.
Stay in the know. Stay in the know.
Thank you guys so much for joining us here at the Realty Ruckus. Thank you for allowing us to contribute to your business. Don't forget to keep up your ruckus, and we'll see you next time.
This has been the Realty Ruckus. Make sure and join us every Tuesday and Friday for new episodes. Find us on YouTube and Facebook for replays of previous episodes. And as always, keep elevating yourself and keep up your ruckus. Thanks for listening. Realty Ruckus has been brought to you by Smart Pig Media Productions.